Look at your cat asleep on the bed tonight. A small loaf, front paws folded under, tail curled into a soft ring. It reads as pure contentment. But there is a version of that pose that is anything but content, a shape that mimics a peacefully sleeping cat almost perfectly, while your cat is quietly telling you something has gone wrong inside. A week later come the loud symptoms, the vomiting, the weight loss, the frantic carrier ride, and you would give anything to rewind and read that quiet shape the night you first saw it. Here is why it slips past people. A cat cannot tell you where it hurts. No whimper, no limp across the carpet, no paw on your arm. Hurting cats go silent and small and still. So, the shape they fold into while they sleep against you becomes one of the most honest health updates you will ever get if you can read it. Tonight, I will teach you. Hi everyone, I am Grace Lee, your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back. After more than 10 years in my clinic, the biggest things a cat ever told me were never said out loud. We are trained to react to the crisis, the collapse, the obvious limp. As a holistic-leaning vet, I would rather catch a problem at the root, long before it grows into any of that, and your cat sets that early clue in front of you every night in how it lies down. So, here are 6 things your sweet cat is telling you the moment it settles in beside you, what each means, how to answer it, and the one sleeping shape that should end the scrolling and start the car. Start with what almost everyone reads wrong. It is deep in January. A heat vent sits 2 feet off the bed, a sun patch warms the rug, the laptop runs hot on the desk, a laundry basket steams out of the dryer. Your cat clocks all of it and picks you. The easy answer lands instantly. Cats chase warmth, you are warm, done. But cats are experts at hunting heat, and if warmth were the whole story, they had better options and they knew it. So why you? Because sleep is a cat at its most defenseless. Every instinct is screaming at it to climb high and vanish where nothing can reach it, yet it lies in the open beside an animal many times its size. Cats form real attachment bonds with their people, the same secure bond a small child forms with a parent. Your cat is saying, "This is when I am most helpless, and I choose your side of the bed anyway." None of that is about body heat. It is trust you banked without noticing. And it hands you a baseline. A cat sleeps exposed only while it feels safe, so the day it starts tucking into hidden corners instead, the change itself is the message. I once treated a woman with a barely socialized shelter cat who hid under her couch for weeks until one night she woke to him pressed against her hip, out cold. That was not comfort winning. That was a cat deciding the threat had lifted. How to answer it. Do not gather them up or reposition them. A cat handled every time it settles will simply stop settling. Go still, slow your breath, and let them commit. You are the anchor. The second message plays out in the seconds before your cat lies down. A cheek dragged along your forearm, a forehead pushed up under your jaw, and only then do they curl. We call it snuggling, and there is love in it, but love is only the surface. A cat's cheeks, chin, forehead, and tail root are loaded with scent glands, and each press plants a marker you cannot smell, and it never forgets. When your beautiful cat sleeps welded to you all night, it blends your scent into its own, and in a colony that shared smell is the family badge, the silent way a cat says, "This person is mine, and this person is safe." It is also where pet parents break the bond by accident. Wash every blanket on the same afternoon, and a corner of the bed may start getting sprayed, because a cat that cannot find its family scent in a room will remark it, and it owns only one ink. So ease off the heavy perfume and scented detergent on your bedding, never launder every soft cat spot at once, and leave one blanket untouched. When that forehead presses in, let them finish. This is not a snuggle, it is a signature. The third message is where they choose to lie. Your cat does not just sleep nearby, it sleeps in the same station, by your head, across your ankles, jammed into the small of your back. Same post, same side, night after night. Most people call it a favorite spot, but cozy is barely the point. Even a 9-pound indoor cat with a heated pad and prescription food is still running ancient code. Hunters read entrances, sight lines, and blind spots. In a wild colony, cats sleep in shifts and take turns on watch. That is survival, not sweetness. So read the station. Facing the door, it holds the entrance. By your head, it guards the softest part of you. Over your feet, it pins the approach. But here is where a tender habit becomes a warning light. A well cat guards in the open. A sick cat does the reverse. Sickness flips that instinct hard, and a cat that hurts gives up the bed for somewhere shut in, dark, and tight. Under the bed, behind the sofa, deep in a closet, alone. Out in the open, a weak animal is prey, so a hurting cat hides, and it hides hard. Pet parents almost always sell this to me as a personality change. I understand why it looks that way, but that is not independence. A cat that trades an open lookout for a sealed dark box is telling you, as plainly as a cat can, that being seen no longer feels safe. How to answer it? Do not drag them back onto the bed because you are pulling a sentry off post and they will only fidget and roam. If the spot bothers you, build a better one at that height with the same clean sight line to the door. But if your cat gives up the post on its own and starts vanishing, do not enjoy the quiet. Write down the date. A cat that always shared your bed and now goes missing is showing you a symptom, not a mood, until your vet proves otherwise. Now the fourth message, and this is the center of it. Before your hand finds your phone tonight, study the shape your cat has made, because it is never random, and one of these shapes is the red flag most pet parents look right past. Begin with the tight curl, tail looped around, paws folded in, belly sealed off. That is armor, every fragile organ locked inside. This cat trusts you enough to be close, but not quite enough to drop its guard completely, and it is normal in a new cat, a kitten, or a loud house. Then, the full sprawl. Legs thrown wide, belly to the ceiling, sometimes upside down. A cat will fight to the death to guard its belly, so bearing it means it has decided nothing bad can reach it while you are near. No higher honor exists in the species. Then the turned back. Take it as a compliment, because in cat grammar it means, there is no reason for me to watch you, you are cleared. And the full contact press, folded into your side with no space between you, wants your weight on its ribs and your breath until morning. But here's the one to memorize, because it is the whole reason we are here. A fifth shape exists, and it hides in plain sight, because from across the room it looks almost exactly like that harmless tight curl. But the cat has not curled, it has hunched. The paws are pulled under, yes, but the spine domes upward, the head hangs low, the eyes sit at half-mast, and the tail lies clamped flat. And nothing moves. No stretch, no flop, no rearranging at 2 a.m. A curled cat is loose and soft and always resettling. A hunched cat is stiff, braced, and dead still, its weight forward on the front legs with the belly held tense. That is a pain posture, and in my clinic it shows up with an inflamed pancreas, with urinary blockages, and with deep pain in the gut. How to answer it, and this is what the title is asking. Read the pattern, not one night. A cat that sprawled belly up for 2 years and locks into a tight ball for a week has flagged that something is different, and often you fix the room and the sprawl returns. But if that ball is rigid, if it will not unfold, if it will not eat, do not wait and hope. That is a same-day call to your vet. And it becomes a true emergency, hours and not days. If it is a male cat straining in the litter box with little or nothing coming out, because a cat that cannot pass urine can crash into kidney failure and heart trouble inside roughly 24 to 48 hours. That is the shape on the thumbnail. That is the one where you close the app and get to a vet. The fifth message is the quiet edit your cat made to its own clock, for you. It wakes when you wake, winds down when you wind down, and stirs a minute and a half before your alarm. People call it routine, but it is more than that. A cat's body is built to fire at dawn and dusk, so left alone, its schedule should barely touch yours. Yet bonded cats drag their whole sleep cycle over to match the person they love, not because it suits them, but because your waking hours are when you are here. And reading you is the job, tracking your movement, your breath, even the scent change when stress hormones rise, building a baseline of you. And it runs both ways. You hold a baseline of them too, and you bin it every time you wave off a change instead of logging it. A senior cat that suddenly wakes at 3 and paces the hall is not being a pest. New restlessness and crying out at night, in a cat past about age 11 is one of the first flags of an overactive thyroid, of high blood pressure, and of feline dementia. How to answer it? Guard the rhythm. Chaotic bedtimes, a phone glowing at 2 in the morning, a cat evicted from the bed 4 nights out of 7, all of it scrambles the signal you both rely on. When the rhythm breaks, do not reach for a shut door. Reach for the question, what is different this week? And when they suddenly fuse to you for no reason, do not shrug it off. Ask what they sensed before you could. And finally, the 6th, the one you felt coming, the night the visits just stop. 3 years she curled into your spine, and now she sleeps alone in the closet. Nothing else changed, so you decide she has simply gone aloof with age. But cats run on deep pattern, and when one breaks a pattern this old, built on trust and repeated nightly for years, she is not sulking. She is telling you something, and you rule out the causes in order. First, physical, before anything else. Sickness, sore joints, bad teeth, failing kidneys, each one pushes a cat towards solitude. Arthritis is the silent one. Somewhere between 7 and 9 of every 10 cats past age 12 carry it in their joints, and almost none of them limp the way a dog would. A cat with aching hips will just stop attempting the jump onto a high bed, and you will read it as rejection. It never was. It was a staircase the legs could no longer manage. Second, environmental. A new animal, a new partner, a newborn, even a couch moved across the room can redraw her whole map. Third, emotional. Cats keep a ledger on rooms, and one slammed door or one bad night in that space can make them retire from it. A pet parent once mentioned, almost as an afterthought on her way out the door, that her cat no longer joined her in bed. Nothing else. Appetite fine. Something in it made me push for blood work, and there it was. Early kidney disease, caught in time to fight, entirely because one small ritual had broken. How to answer it? Vet first, always. Clear pain off the board before anything else. Then rebuild by inches, and never lift them back onto the bed yourself, because you cannot carry a cat into feeling safe. Set a low ramp or a stool at the bedside. Feed them by it, play by it, let the room go calm and dull again. Then let them choose it in their own time, because with a cat, trust is given and never taken. If one thing survives tonight, make it this. None of this is aloofness or indifference, and your cat is not simply being a cat. It is a small, solitary hunter that decided, against everything in its blood, that the safest place on earth to lose consciousness is the mattress beside you. That choice is a message, and each night it chooses again, it hands you an honest report on its body, its mind, and how safe it feels, for free. Your only job is to learn to read it, and now you can. That makes you exactly the pet parent this cat was right to choose. So many pet parents ask me to put all of this in one place, so I wrote a book, The Right Companion. It is my gentle guide to helping your cat, and every lucky animal who shares your home, live a longer, healthier life the natural way, with whole chapters on reading these quiet signals early. If you want to go deeper on anything from tonight, the link is in the description. No hard sell, ever. It is there if you want it, and if it helps even one of you catch something in time, that is more than enough for me. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which shape is your cat sleeping in? The tight curl, the belly-up sprawl, the turned back, or the full contact press? And more to the point, has it changed at all in the last few weeks? Tell me in the comments, and leave your cat's name and age while you are there. I read every comment, and you teach me something each time. If tonight helped you see your cat more clearly, tap like. It truly helps this channel reach and protect more cats. And if you are not subscribed, come sit with us. This is a warm corner for people who love their cats the way you do. So tonight, when you slide into bed and that little shadow settles in beside you, give your beautiful cat a gentle head scratch for grace. Trust yourself, protect them, and I will see you all in the next video.